Once upon a time, there was a little pencil lying quietly in a drawer. It was surrounded by shiny pens, colourful markers, and bright highlighters that seemed far more glamorous and impressive. The pencil was plain, humble, and simple, but even so, it believed deep down that it had something special to offer the world. One day, a child opened the drawer, rummaging through all the fancy writing tools, and, to the pencil's surprise, chose it to do their homework. The pencil was thrilled. It was finally going to be used, finally going to show what it could do. It felt a rush of excitement as the child began to write, carefully crafting words and solving math problems, drawing delightful little pictures along the way. The pencil felt proud with each line it left on the paper. It was making a difference, being helpful, and expressing something meaningful. But as time went on, the pencil began to notice its once sharp tip was growing dull. It was losing its edge, and fear began to creep in. What if it couldn't write well anymore? What if the child put it aside and chose the shiny pens or the bright markers instead? What if it wasn't useful at all anymore? The pencil's fears only grew as it imagined itself abandoned in the drawer, forgotten, and replaced by others more vibrant and new. Just when it seemed like its worries might come true, the child picked the pencil up and brought it to a sharpener. The pencil felt a pang of fear. It was a strange, uncomfortable process. The blades of the sharpener bit into it, and it felt as if it was being cut down, piece by piece. It was painful, and for a moment, the pencil wondered if it could endure this change. But then, as the child finished and took it back to the paper, the pencil noticed something remarkable. It was sharp again. It was ready, even more capable than before, to draw clear, strong lines and create something beautiful. Over time, the pencil began to understand this was simply how things worked. It would wear down from time to time, and then it would be sharpened. Though it wasn't always easy, it learned to trust the process, realizing that every time it endured a sharpening, it became better at what it did. It could help the child write new stories, solve trickier problems, and draw even more detailed pictures. The pencil began to see that the very moments that seemed hardest, the times it felt worn down and cut back, were the moments that made it stronger and more useful. The pencil also learned that it wasn't its outer shell, the wood, that mattered most. The true magic lay inside, in the graphite that allowed it to leave its mark. It wasn't about being as colourful or as shiny as the markers or pens. It was about what it could do with what it had within. It realised that its worth was not in how it looked, but in how it could help, how it could make a difference. Every time it was picked up, it was capable of creating something meaningful, something that could leave a lasting impact. Life, the pencil discovered, could be challenging. Sometimes it had to go through those sharpening moments, those difficult, uncomfortable times. But each time, it emerged better, more refined, more ready to take on the next task. It learned to embrace these challenges, seeing that they were necessary for growth. Each moment of discomfort was followed by a renewed sense of purpose and an improved ability to make a difference on the page. The struggles made it sharper, more precise, and more capable of expressing everything it had to offer. And perhaps the most beautiful realization of all for the pencil was that, in the right hands, it could help create something extraordinary. When used by the child with care and purpose, it could do more than just write words. It could sketch beautiful drawings, solve problems, and express thoughts that made the child proud. It found meaning in being a tool for someone else's creativity, in helping bring ideas to life. The pencil understood that its potential could only be fully realized when it was used by someone who knew how to use it well with the right intent. In the end, the pencil realized that its journey was a continuous cycle, being used, wearing down, being sharpened, and then becoming even better than before. It might not always be easy, and sometimes It might even be painful, but each step had a purpose. Every mark it made mattered. Every sharpening refined it, made it stronger, and allowed it to leave an even greater impression. The pencil's story reminds us all that we can keep growing and learning, that even when life wears us down, it's in those moments we have the chance to become something even greater. Life is about leaving a mark, learning from every mistake, and always striving to become sharper, stronger, and more capable of creating something truly beautiful.